Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Vin Scully, and this is my review of The Skeleton Road. This movie is another entry in the paranormal genre that uses cinematic releases to show you everything that can't be seen on TV. Like violence and nudity and sex and laughably transparent fakery. These true paranormal films are nothing but the most threadbare excuse to trot out footage of people killing animals, women's pubic hair, not killing it, I mean showing it, and everything else that you know that you shouldn't be watching, but it's there, so let's go look. The Skeleton Road is a sequel of sorts to 2009's The Unbelievable. It was unbelievable how bad that movie was. Both films star Master Cito, a geomancer, or spirit medium, or whatever word you want to use to tart up this bullshit artist. He can feel the energy of the dead. He can see into the spirit world. He can go pound sand. What's most unbelievable about these movies is how bad they are and how guilty I feel for watching this shameless, exploitative, crass garbage. And I'm me. There is no narrative arc in this fake documentary, but there is a progression of sorts. I thought it was kind of interesting because the range of topics and the order in which they're presented kind of tells you something, I guess, about the audience. The film opens with 2002 dead babies. No, really. After the dead babies, we get dead hookers, then dead sailors, and then cannibalism, and then Catholicism, and then murdered school children, a Malaysian religious festival, dead Americans, and landmines. I should probably tell you that the hookers weren't really dead. The movie lamely tried to explain away the eye movements as some kind of post-mortem nervous response. Nice try, jerk-offs. They didn't even attempt to explain the obvious and very visible breathing of the dead hookers. They just lingered on the breasts. That's the problem with movies like this. They're exploitative in a way that even I find offensive. Exploitative means showing you something unnecessary just because they can and because they know that people will pay to look at it. Those old Pauline Chanbolin movies where she plays a chicken, you can kind of rationalize the sex scenes because it's about a woman working in the horizontal refreshment industry, and it's therefore relevant somehow to the plot. But the 10-minute scene of her showering and soaping and rinsing it's not necessary. It's just there because it could be. Now, I use Pauline Chan as an example for a specific reason. She gets name-checked in The Skeleton Road. Lucky her. Exploitation also means that people from a first world city like Hong Kong can go to a place like Laos and pay local women what I'm sure is a remarkably small amount of money to portray totally naked dead prostitutes in the House of Cold Chicken. It was so crass, I almost walked out. I shouldn't have watched this movie. It made me feel guilty. Did you ever see photos of those Chinese sailors that were murdered on the Mekong River a couple years ago? Well, because I watched this movie, I have. You have any idea what a body looks like when it's laid in a river for a couple of days? I do. This movie's a shitty mess. There's just no other way to say it. Beating up on this movie is essentially pointless because I get the feeling they certainly weren't trying to make a good movie. They were just trying to make money, which, when you get right down to it, is all a geomancer is trying to do too. Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm not the spirit medium starring in a movie that violates human dignity enough that it would make Pol Pot blush. When it comes out, I'll update the description. If you're gonna watch this movie, do what I did, pay for it. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, please leave me a comment anyway. If you don't agree with my stance on downloading movies, shove your head up your ass until you disappear off the planet. Thank you for watching, and please think about subscribing. That way you'll get to see all the new videos right away. I can't even talk about this shitty movie.